Ooh, I like that.
Hello.
Hey,
Welcome to Improbable Wargaming. My name is Travis,
I'm Steven.
and we are here for our very first Hobby and Hang session, where we
Woo.
hobby and hang out. Hang out.
Yeah, talking about random stuff and building models we need.
Yep. So if you are here, looks like there's somebody here. Thank you for being here. If you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe. If you are not in our Discord, you should get into our Discord.
Yeah, hang out with us.
If you don't follow us on Instagram, you should follow us on Instagram. Let me think. If you have not called and talked to your mother in a while, you should call and talk to your mother.
Definitely.
Yeah. But yeah, so this is kind of just more of a chill format. We're hanging out. We're painting some stuff. We're assembling some stuff. If you have any questions for us, feel free to throw it in chat. Any questions about anything, really, about hobby, about the game, about anything. We're open.
Yeah. Free flowing.
Yeah. So otherwise, we're just gonna be hanging out here, painting and assembling. That's what we're gonna do, and chat to each other and talk to each other and stare at tiny models. Yeah. So today I am working on some Sisters of Battle.
Nice.
Not that I am collecting a Sisters of Battle army, but I'm painting them for someone else. Yep, so I'm painting some Repentia and some Arco Flatulence.
Yeah, I hate when they get flatulent.
They get real flatulent out on the battlefield. And yeah, we're just hanging out.
Then me over here, I'm building some falcons for my Craft World.
Craft World Eldar.
Yeah.
That's exciting. I'm looking forward to the day when we get Craft World Eldar on the table for the stream. That'll be fun.
At least, I mean, we have them, but they're not mine.
Yeah.
And this is an army that I literally first started playing, back in first and third. So I'm super excited to get back into them. And
yeah.
I literally, after playing with them for, I think it was like 6 months, I traded them from a Tyranid army. And, yeah, that's what I did. I don't know. It might have been worth it. Well, sad story, like I've told people, is that after not playing Warhammer for quite a while, I ended up tossing them in the trash.
Oh, you threw them away?
I did.
Oh, you literally threw them away.
Yeah. I had the original carrying cases from GW, the Hauling Yards.
Man, that hurts.
And then 5 years later, I started playing again. I was like, oh, we were moving to a new house, and I was like, I don't feel like bringing them. We got enough junk. And
yeah.
Made a bad choice. What are you going to do?
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to know the value of what you got, to be fair, too. Or you're like,
Well, at the time, I just, the community was different. Now, well, it's more than 5 years ago now, but 8 years ago, the community was very different. It was a lot smaller. It was hard to get games, at least for me. It just seemed like, well, I'm not playing, so why? You know what I mean? And
sure, yeah.
That made it a whole different decision. Versus like now, I mean, you can get games, so easily. Why not? Just stay with it.
For sure.
Even if you just take a brief little break.
Well, and even now, it's so easy to find like people that like say you wanted to get out of it or you wanted to get rid of an army. Like it's so much easier to find people to like buy your army from you, instead of having to like, oh, maybe I'll eBay it or.
Yeah.
Back then, it probably would have been early stages of eBay, right?
Well, no, I mean, eBay's been around a little while. This is when we can tell you're young as hell. Like, this army is...
Okay, well, how long ago was this that you threw away your army?
Oh, about 8 years ago.
Oh, 8 years. Okay, yeah. I gotcha.
Yeah, no, I mean...
All right. Oh, fine. All right, eBay's been around a lot longer than 8 years. That's fair.
I love it when you say these lovely millennial things. Like, have you ever heard of Red Hot Chili Peppers? It's like, what?
I never said that.
I know, but that is a millennial type thing I expect to hear from you.
Red Hot Chili Peppers is my favorite 70s band.
Oh, boy. Let's kill him now, people. He's insulting you just because. Wow, I should have brought more models. This is not going to take long.
No.
I mean, there is something to be said about models from a bygone era. This is why GW will update this model eventually, because they're like, man, this model took like 10 minutes to build. That's not how this would work.
We need this. We need to take longer to build. That's what we need.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I feel that. As a Necron player, a lot of the newer models are very finicky and annoying to put together. And the older models are like, oh yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I get, there's some models like when they're the fine cast and they're such a pain to clean up and stuff. I get why people want to update that, but when it's stuff like this, like, you know, I don't know the methodology behind how they produce these, but I don't want to pay more.
Yeah.
If I don't have to. I mean, GW is expensive as it is.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair.
At least that's my opinion.
Yeah. Well, we got Solrax in chat said, "Yep, rip Yorick."
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then of course GW trolls us this week with that they put out an article. They were like, Yarick's back.
Oh, I know. That was so messed up.
And the reality is, he's not back. You can just buy his model in a made to order fashion from GW.
Yeah, that was pretty rough. I mean, if you want to collect them, I guess that's their point. They're hoping people want to collect them. I guess
that's all. All of those like made to order things are all like Legends models or models that are out of production or whatever.
For just playing with your buddies and stuff, nobody's gonna care. But but Yarick's completely out of the book, right? So I guess
he's gone. Yeah.
I guess as long as you're using Battlescribe and stuff, you've still got access to them, which is not too bad. So I guess there's that. Yeah,
well, and they move somewhere. on the interwebs. GW does have a list of all the Legends models.
Oh, do they?
And their rules. The thing with Legends is that they've said that they're not updating the rules anymore, and they're not tournament legal. Yeah, exactly. Like that's all Legends means. And well, so about the tournament legal part, but but it's still. I mean, it is sad to see him go. He's had some good times. It's just too bad they just kind of took him. From my understanding, I haven't looked now, but they just took him straight out of the book, where like minimal explanation, and something epic would have been pretty cool. Yeah, it would have been neat to see, but that looks pretty cool. I like that. Got the little cockpit. Yeah. What are you gonna do with the glass? Are you gonna paint it? Are you gonna? I like painting. Gonna keep it clear. Like, for me, well, the problem is I'm so bad at when I glue them in. There's always frosting and stuff. So for me, it's just easier to paint over them. There's definitely cool effects you can do. Yeah. So, well, and you and I like to paint our vehicles with airbrushes. Yes. And it is a pain in the butt to like mask off that glass. Yeah. Be like, don't paint the glass. Exactly. I mean, and some people are more, I'm not a man of that kind of level of patience, but there are people I've seen, mask it off or even use that kind of putty, and stuff for it. Yeah, masking putty. There's a paint. There's a paint on masking that you can do. It's like some sort of silicon based paint that you like paint it on, and then it dries, and then you can airbrush or paint or whatever, and then it just like it peels off. Okay. That's interesting. I've seen that used a couple of times, but it's there's always some method out there or shortcut or whatnot. Okay, so we got. Oh, I gotta put the door. See, I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna build this tank too quickly, and then it'll be like, "Where's the door, sir?" It's like, well, it's not here now. Buddy Sean in chat. Hi, Sean. Hey, Sean. Yo. He's hyped up for the hobby time. Let's go. Hobby time hype. Are you doing it with us? That's the question. That's true. Yeah. Why not hang out? You few people in chat. Are you guys hobbying with us as we're doing this? You sit down. You can paint your own models. You can assemble your own models. Yeah. Or you can paint someone else's models, like what I'm doing. He got suckered in. He's like, "Come on, you're my friend." He's like, "Okay." It was, "Hey, these are going to take forever to get done. Sure. Can you paint a bunch of these for us?" Oh, sure. And I was like, "Yes, I can do it for the sake of getting them done." Yeah, exactly. Yes. That is the reason, for sure. Yeah. I'm kind of liking this. It's funny. So when I first started playing, like a lot of people, I didn't, have a whole lot of money available to me. So when I built my Craft World army, I literally went with the starter box. I bought like 2 starter boxes, and I think I bought like some Howling Banshees and stuff.
and that was it. Like that was my list.
Yeah.
Like it was like it's either going to be good or it's going to be bad. Yeah, I like these LR vehicles too. If I don't mess up me gluing them, which I suspect I might. Here, yeah, I'm already having my own. Because I'm talking and going, but that's all right. Well, the reality is I need the glue where it's at anyway. So, but I tend to be generous with my glue usage. I find that I like my models to stay together.
Glue usage. Gluesage.
Gluesage.
Generous with your generous gluesage.
Only thing I noticed that sometimes bugs me about this paint that I'm using, not paint, I mean glue, is that it sure does like...
Is your mic on?
Is it?
Someone asked if your mic was on.
Yeah, it's on. It says it's on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Let me turn off my mic and see if we can still hear you.
Yeah, my mic's supposed to be on.
Hello?
Yeah. I just don't know. Maybe I'll raise.
And my mic is on. Yep.
I'll just raise my mic up higher. And then...
Steven has what we call a beard.
Don't blame my beard.
And sometimes it blocks the sound waves from coming in.
Well, I had it lower too because sometimes my beard also likes to massage the mic, and then we're like getting all sorts of weird sound effects.
Yes. A bearded massaged mic makes weird sound effects.
Yeah.
That is fair.
Well, it's either we're clicking our measures on stream. We're doing something all the time.
Yeah, right.
And it's just, people are like, stop doing that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Well, it looks like I'm ready to clap this body back.
Yeah.
Keep this. Usually I glue doors shut, but I think.
You want to keep it open?
I think, well, not keep it open, but give it the.
Oh, does it have a hinge
Yeah.
or something to it that lets you open it?
Yeah. I think I'll give it the option of being that way.
Yeah, I did that with my Land Raider because they do a really cool thing with the Land Raider where you can let me get it down.
Sure, yeah, good. I'm starting to think that because we regularly forget either your mic or mine, that it's probably almost like we're being trolled. It's like, is so-and-so's mic on? It's like, troll.
So they do this cool thing with the Land Raider
Yes.
where I can show this off.
Yeah, you can show it off with your
my handheld camera. Haha.
Do this.
We have a new toy to play with here. Doodly-dee-dee-dee.
Let's go.
Dee-dee. Haha. So they do this cool thing with the Land Raider where there's like over on this side there's like a hinge or like a almost like an axle point.
Yeah.
And so if you lower the bottom, the top opens as well.
Oh.
And so they're linked together.
So there you go. And
where
that's
opens.
an old model too, because you got that one. That's one of the older ones.
Yeah,
I
this
like
is
that.
the standard Land Raider model.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they got this neat thing. So when I was putting it together, it was like, oh yeah, you do this hinge thing over here, and I was like, that's neat.
You're
Yes.
like, I like it.
And so we can go nom 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 nom.
There we go. This is coming together.
But yeah.
Oh man. I'm liking this so far. This is looking like a tank to talk about.
Tank to talk about. Tanks for the memories.
I just like the ears they built into them on and all that. That's
Blah.
just makes me happy.
Yeah.
Let's see now. I don't know what that's for, but let's get a window on. Let's do that.
Put a window in.
Put a window in.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take this wall down and put a window in.
There you go.
No.
Let's see. I don't know. Some people are thinking. I was reading some conversations, and some people think that the boarding actions are potentially like a future look at 10. For us, and another way the game might play. So it's
I don't know.
I don't know. It seems too limited, because
It's like 500-point games, right?
yeah,
Like
which,
they're
I mean,
like it's tiny games.
I think they're a great way to get intro to the game, even though there are some rule variances in there, but it's not bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta trim off a little more here. But
Trim it
I think
down.
It's a good start. But does anybody else got anything they're excited about for the coming 10th edition, or anything they're just waiting on?
New models coming up.
Yeah, just,
I'm excited for World Eaters.
yeah, it would be neat to see them. I love their secondaries. They're very they're like play the game the way World Eaters would want to play,
Murder things.
and you're going to score points.
And or get murdered.
Yeah,
right? Like
even dying, you're scoring, and that's to me is amazing.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna stand on a point, and if you kill me, I get points.
It's like cool. So you mean I don't have to be good at the game?
That's right. That's World Eaters for you. That's Angron for you.
Yeah.
That's Angron in a nutshell. You mean I don't have to be good at warfare? I can just be really angry and I still murder things. Cool.
Yeah. Well, dude, like I was looking at that leak stuff from that came out from the Arc of Omen. The fact that they're reporting that Fulgrim is in a certain sector and rampaging, is pretty exciting too. Because then potentially, right? I mean, he could be out in another year or two. They keep talking about him.
Yeah, I would bet we see in 10th edition, so long as they keep to the Codex model, which I don't know if they'll change any of that. There's someone saying that you need to check your mic as well.
I don't know.
It's all the way over.
It's on. Check it.
It's on. It says on.
It's all on.
Maybe try pulling it off and talking into it. And
can you hear me now?
I can see it there. You have the green one. I can turn you up. I can turn you up on the soundboard.
Yeah, let's turn this up on the soundboard. I'll make sure I'm plugged in all the way. Because at least on our end, it shows that I have sound. So let me know if this is any better. It looks like it's better. So yeah, it just means that more people want to hear from me than you.
You're just talking more.
Am I? Damn it! Don't say that. That's a long time.
All right, Solrox. Well, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
Drive home. Put us back on. Do some painting.
Yeah, please. Paint. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna continue with my trimming off of this so the door can close correctly. I'm always bad about going through and cleaning up the edges until you can't close something or glue it together, and then you're like, oh, that's why they say go through and scrape these edges. But that's okay. Some things, I don't want to clean up because they're inside the model or in a spot that no one's ever going to see, and I care less.
But you don't paint the inside of your models?
Well, no.
I didn't either.
Cool.
There's a lot of detail on the inside of that, on the inside of the Land Raider.
Oh, yeah.
Nope. Skipped right over it.
You're like, that's not happening.
Oh, like, no one's going to see that unless they open the door and shine a light in there and, like, look for stuff.
That's funny.
But there used to be a subreddit for that. It was like, I don't know, painted, hidden painted treasures or something. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh yeah.
But it was specifically for people who like painted parts of models that literally no one will ever see. But there's like highly detailed like screens and stuff that are inside a cockpit that just ends up getting shut.
Oh, I gotcha. This is interesting. I feel like they built this to have a bright lance on here. And then I'm trying to. I wonder, did I do this upside down? Oh, please tell me you didn't glue in time. Now this is where the fun begins. Let's see if I can crack her back open because apparently I put it in backwards. I didn't notice. Let's go. This is where the hobby fixing goes.
Yeah, those 24 pin connectors are annoying, and they are way too hard to take off and or put on. So. Yeah, I feel your pain. Society of Hidden Paint. Thanks, Calvin. Yeah, he was telling me he said what the name of the subreddit was. It's dead now, unfortunately. It's not around anymore. But it only ever had like maybe 10 posts.
Oh yeah. But and what was it about? Sorry, I missed
it was about people who painted parts of their models that no one will ever see.
Oh, okay. Now I get where. Okay, so back on that topic.
Yeah, they're just like highly detailed sections of models that no one is ever going to see. So like the inside of the Land Raider was a big one.
That's hilarious. I mean, yeah. I mean, I know like with like my rhinos and stuff. There's details inside for sure that you could definitely paint if you wanted to. I think that's not happening for me. But hey. If I'll hail you if you do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that guy is nearing completion. Interesting. I definitely think I want to drop a magnet right there. if I do like a little super glue, and I hit it with a spray, I probably can just drop a magnet right there.
Yeah.
And then have this. But I mean, but the question, I guess, the greater question is why is it worth it? I mean, it's not like back in the day when you had to turn the turrets towards your targets.
Yeah. It has to be facing in order to shoot.
Yeah. That would be less fun. Well, let's see what else is left on this, because again, it looks like the Bright Lance is almost like a mandatory thing on this, which is weird. I feel like I need to go and check my battle scrap. What's up? So, Calvin, what are you doing right now? Are you eating anything? Anything good?
He put his kids to bed.
Yeah.
Doodly doot doot doot. These Repentia are really cool. They have very neat like poses and models, and the sculpt is pretty dope.
Oh, that's always nice.
I am painting some pants. Don't paint
I like
flesh-colored pants.
I like that they're really open, so that you can get into all the details. Because that,
yeah, they're not too bad.
A lot of the elves and stuff that I have, they always have like arms crossing, and like, how do we get these details on the chest?
Yeah. Yeah. What are you putting together? These are.
These are falcons.
Falcons.
You're
putting
falcons.
The falcons. Yeah.
Been dropping turn 1 through 3 and dismount a whole bunch of howling banshees into your face.
The elvish drop pod, if you will. Which, is there a restriction on what you can fit in it? Is it just like infantry?
It's actually, you can put 3 of the Wraith Guard in there.
Okay.
But because they take up 2 spaces. But
gotcha.
Yeah, they only have a capacity of 6. So they can bring like Jane Czar,
sure,
and then a squad, which is neat because Jane Czar gives out OBSEC, on so she's kind of a real killer unit coming in,
Yeah.
But you can't fire Overwatch on.
Yeah, man, imagine having a faction where there wasn't really any restriction to your drop pods.
Uh-oh. Let's see here. Let's see.
There's no such thing as a Primaris drop pod.
There's not?
Nope.
Oh no.
You can only put firstborn Space Marines inside a drop pod. You can't put
there you go.
Primaris in it.
I guess I need to buy a bunch of drop pods then and just play Grey Knights that way.
Yeah.
Plop.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, it'll win you a game if you're playing against some more elite armies.
I was watching the Tabletop Titans their AdMech versus Grey Knights game.
Okay.
And that was interesting. He was putting he brought a Rhino, and he put interceptors in a Rhino.
Huh.
Because it gives them that like 50. It gives them basically 15 inches of movement because they can get out of the Rhino 3 inches and then another 12 inches.
Couldn't go in a Rhino.
He put them in there.
I'm gonna go look at my list because I was pretty sure interceptors don't go in there. Because if they can.
Yeah.
Holy cow, that's so fast.
Yeah.
But at least last I remember you couldn't. Maybe I'm wrong. It's weird, like, since we've been, each playing 4 to 5 armies for the stream, the armies that I like, Grey Knights, right? They're not one of my stream armies. So I took their list that I had off my battle scraps. And I gotta put them back just to look now. That's peaks a question. Come on, Grey Knights, can you do it? I don't think so. I would have been doing it if that was the case.
I'm pretty sure you can, or at least I don't know. They are not always correct. Tabletop Titans.
Oh, Tabletop Titans. Well,
it was John.
Hey,
it was their nice guys mean list. Thing. So
well, I didn't like the list he built anyways.
Should be correct.
He toned that list down. That was definitely not a meta list he brought, but I did.
Well, because it wasn't taking like 4.
I mean, maybe it was a meta list because it's supposed to be they pulled them from places. But when I look at that list, I'm like, that's a tournament list.
Yeah.
Because the purifiers, not purifiers, but the heavy support squads. I can't remember their names. Let me go here and look them up. The purgation squads. They're a little pricey for what they do. The biggest thing is, at least with what's going on with Warzone, we got the points boost for doing the coming out teleporting strike and getting a kill, and with the purgation squads you can do 1 CP like a purifying death area. Basically it gives you makes it easier to kill stuff wherever you land.
He did a funny one where he I think he did gate right?
Yeah.
It counts for gate counts
Yes,
for it or whatever.
yep,
Yeah.
Yep.
He did gate, but he like basically just picked up a squad and put it back down in the exact same spot, and then shot into something.
Yeah, why not?
Because it was like, oh, this will count if like my librarian doesn't kill something.
Yeah, no, that is exactly what you could do.
Just pick it up and put it down.
Oh, I guess it doesn't say. It
Yeah.
just says Grey Knight Infantry. It does not specify. It just says Terminator models cannot go in here.
Yeah. So you can put
Okay.
you can put.
I just assumed you couldn't. That's
interceptors in
kinda... Well, it also, I mean, it gives them survivability. You know, that they may not have.
turn. Yeah, and then yeah, it gives them a 15-inch walk range.
Yeah.
So
They
like
pop
a
out and then they just zoom across.
yeah, like a 21-inch threat range for charging is just casual 21-inch threat range. It's fine.
Now, I guess here's a question for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone keeps saying my mic's something wrong with my mic, bro. So, I don't know what's going on with my mic.
He said, I think Steven's mic is working. He was just quiet compared to Travis.
Oh, so you're the loud one in the group.
Well, that's fair.
I notice when you speak on the camera here that you're going up into red and I'm staying in yellow. So your mic's probably up too loud, and that's what's going on.
I don't know.
See?
Maybe.
You're barely trying. I have to yell to be even there. Like,
You're not even yelling.
I know, but I don't wanna wake the
You're
kids
like
up.
yell whispering.
I have to yell.
I have to yell to be heard.
I'm so sorry.
All right. Well, I'll turn you up more
He's gonna turn me up more because apparently I'm.
because you're green, right? You got the green,
I'm
the
not
green one. Unless I made the mistake of like swapping these
He just
around.
wants to be. He just wants to be heard. People can't judge him.
How's that? Are you louder?
Let's see. I'm not looking any different. I wonder if it's just.
How about now? Are you louder now?
I'm looking louder, but you're the loudest. I would just turn you down and not worry about making me louder. That's what
I don't want to turn myself down.
But let's see.
I don't want to do it.
Well, looking at this. Oh my God! Now you're screaming in people's ears. That's so sad. We just lost like 7 viewers.
That's not possible when we had 4.
I know.
I don't know. I just turned you up quite a bit, so I don't know. We'll see how that goes.
Good. I guess I'm talking softly. No more green.
You are kind of a soft talker.
Am I?
Yeah.
I've never heard that before. I guess I'll take it as a compliment.
You talk a lot, but you talk softly.
The cruelty of it all. Yeah, this is weird. They built these Falcons to have that. This is weird.
What's weird?
Because, well, when you go into in here to look at how you're going to build a Falcon, you can bring it with two cannons, of this or that. But I guess this isn't really a bright lens. This is actually the pulse laser.
Pulse laser.
But I always just thought that's what the pulse laser. But I guess I'm just weird. I wonder how they want you to mount that. Oh well, we'll mount this because it's the way it's designed, and then we'll make adjustments as needed.
Mount it.
Mount it.
Mount it because it's the way it's designed.
That's right. Yeah, there we go. And then I guess we'll just slap a little glue on this. I'm not going to actually worry about the way this looks. So just keep it simple, stupid.
Kiss it.
There you go. Why waste a magnet on something that doesn't have, if they had extra turrets in here, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Now, but you see that like we were talking about, that Demon Prince looks so cool, but I just don't know if I want to spend $80 for a model that's not bigger, or I don't know. I've got a Demon Prince already. I'm hard pressed.
It's true. You did just go and get a Demon Prince because who knows when the new one's coming out. And
yeah,
it would have been quite a while. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean,
not that you've really played with Chaos.
I haven't.
Since buying it.
Well, as soon as I hit the Possessed,
yeah,
there's just so much trim and crazy. I just kind of lost heart. And next thing I was like, I'm painting Dakari, and I'm building Dakari, and I've kind of detoured away for sure. I think.
Did you see my buddy Alex's Possessed? I posted on the Discord.
I did see that. It looked good.
It's so good.
For sure, good.
That guy breaks my heart because he doesn't play the game. He only paints.
Oh, he's one of those guys.
I'm like, man, come on. We gotta put your models on the table.
That's hilarious.
He also paints super slow. He's very meticulous in his painting, which there's nothing wrong with that, especially if you don't play. You don't have
you're in no rush.
Yeah, there's no time frame.
You don't care what the meta is, and nothing. You just go. Yeah. Well, I guess that was like our other friend Mark, right? He liked to say he played, but really he was a painter.
Yeah.
And he just liked painting his. These are all too small to mount, so I'm gonna have to when I get home. I'm gonna have to drill these.
What?
Yeah, this doesn't slide in.
And there isn't another piece or something that.
No, it's interesting because this is supposed to cap over it. And give you something to glue it in when you slap it in. But I think
weird.
Yeah, I don't know what their design choice was for that. Well, I mean, this is an old model, so I'm okay with it. But at least we got one basically done. You didn't bring any scissors down here, did you?
Scissors?
Yeah.
There's a pair right there.
Oh, nice. Then I can actually at least Uber if I don't kill the table at the same time. But I think let me go grab something.
What would I be painting if I wasn't under a time constraint for next week? What would I be painting if I wasn't painting Calvin Sisters of Battle? What would I be painting? What do I have right now? Oh, I'd be finishing. I have some new Cataphrons that I like eBay rescued.
God dang, these things don't want to come out. Sorry, everybody. Making loud noises.
That just need a little bit more love, so I'll probably finish those up. I did start painting on a Gene Stealer Colt model the other day, actually.
I mean, they're cool models, no matter what.
But yeah, I mean, I don't have an awful lot in my backlog right now, which is nice. I have a Master of Executions that I need to put together and paint.
Yeah, that's a fun model to paint. I really enjoyed mine.
I've got the World Eaters Terminator from the Warhammer Plus sub.
Okay.
That I haven't put together yet. So.
Oh, you haven't? I didn't.
No, I haven't even put him together yet. He's still in his box.
Oh, nice. We'll put all the spare parts for future endeavors.
Yeah. Thank you for reminding me, Calvin. Or, oh man, just spilled water everywhere. I just bumped my cup. Or I have a monolith on the shelf behind me.
Yeah, the monolith.
that I would probably be assembling. Yeah, that's probably true. Of everything that I have, if I wasn't doing these, I'd probably be putting together a monolith. Or at least putting together the sub-assemblies to then paint the monolith in sub-assemblies, because I think it'll be annoying to try to paint it after it's all fully put together.
I'll have to remember the next one. So there was a part that comes up that you can actually make this where it swivels, but that's okay. I like that it's solid. I don't have to worry about it. Let's see. We're gonna get the next part.
Yeah, so long as it's not going to be tall enough to be annoying, right? Because sometimes it's nice to be able to take that top turret off.
Well, Well, what's interesting was a good point. I mean, but look at the legs for this. They give it. It's really on a short stand, so I don't think its height will be much of an issue in this particular instance.
Yeah, I'm actually, after looking at all the new rules, and hearing, I play Necrons, right? We all know this. Everyone here probably knows this.
Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of people here. But after looking at all the nerfs and the new Arcs of Omen stuff and things for Necrons, I'm actually still pretty excited for Necrons. I think they're okay. They're not. I don't think they're as good as they were, which is probably fair. But also, I don't know. Looking at it from a competitive sense, they were basically at 50% at the end of Nephilim.
Yeah.
And then they get nerfed, and you're like, I don't know. Did we need to get nerfed at the end, after the end of Nephilim? I don't know.
Yeah. It's a rough place to be.
Yeah. No, I can hold up models to the dice cam, or I've got. You joined after I showcased our new little toy.
Show it all.
But
the first one is basically built. The wobble is real.
Some sisters. I'm just what I'm working on right now is I'm just kind of getting the skin tones put on them right now. So I'll do the skin tones, and then I'll come back in and do a wash over the skin tones. Then I'll come back with the skin tone again to do the highlights and to give some depth to it. And then I'll do black for for the clothing, and then an off-white for all the purity seals, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, that's what they look like. Right meow. This is, I have a finished one that I did as a test piece. I can showcase that here. So here's a done one. Get out of my own light.
We like that. That seems all right.
So she's running off to murder some people.
Murder, death, kill.
Yeah. I find it interesting about like looking at all these models. The Repentia models specifically is like a lot of them are like they've got blindfolds on, like they can't see.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
they're raging on and running with faith.
Blind faith.
Blind faith all the way.
Blind faith.
That's just how they roll.
Running forward. I thought that was interesting.
Oh yeah, for sure. We're gonna save those bits and move on to the next tank.
Yeah, but yeah, looking at Necron stuff. Back to that. I don't know. They still have life to them. I don't know. Pun intended, I suppose. Like I think they definitely still have play. I think they'll be an interesting army. They're not going to be like, I'm not going to be sad to play them on stream or anything like that. I think I can still bring something that's still going to be relatively competitive. But yeah, they're definitely a little bit less strong. Just not being able to have the 6-inch pregame move and Army White OBSEC is rough.
Yeah.
If you want Army White OBSEC, you just play the Nihilak Dynasty now, which is a pre-constructed dynasty. It's actually the dynasty that all my Necrons are painted in that color scheme. Not that anyone knows what Necron color schemes are other than Necron players. Like you see red Marines and you're like, yep, those are Blood Angels. I know Blood Angels. You see blue Marines, you're like, those are Ultramarines. You see this color of Necrons and you're like, yeah, I don't know what dynasty that is. Why would I know that? But yeah, Nihilak is their benefits are Army White OBSEC.
Yep. What else they got?
And then while your unit is wholly within your deployment zone,
okay,
it gets an extra armor save on AP-1 and AP-2 weapons.
Okay, that's doable.
It's borderline useless.
It's good for a turn one.
Yeah, I mean, kind of,
second.
but only for AP-1 and AP-, and it's not that it ignores AP-1, AP-2. It just gives you an extra armor save against it.
Okay, so
it basically, it's Armor of Contempt for AP-1 and AP-2 weapons,
okay,
only when your unit is wholly within your deployment zone.
I bet you find a use for that.
It maybe will be useful, but it's not great.
Yeah.
It's not nearly as good as a 6-inch pregame move.
Well,
Army wide, right?
Yeah, the pregame move is huge.
So there's that. Their Warlord trait is pretty bad. Their Relic is pretty bad, just because Relics and Warlord traits are pretty terrible in Necrons in general.
Gotcha.
And then their Stratagem is actually okay. Their Stratagem is if a unit is performing an action, it's able to shoot and perform the action at the same time.
Okay, well, I like that.
It's not bad. Yeah,
that's useful.
Yeah, it's 1 CP. It's
so many times I
fine.
want to do that. So
yeah,
the fact that you can do that, that's nice.
You can move a unit up, plant a bomb, shoot something. Yeah. It's not terrible. So I don't know. Like Nihilak we might see that as like more of the like tournament staple of dynasties for Necrons. Just because if you want Army Wide OBSEC, which you kind of still do.
Yeah.
With Necrons.
It did make them
then well, and it's kind of important for their secondaries.
Yep.
So going out and performing an action on a point finishes at your next command phase, unless it's done with something with OBSEC. And yeah, you kind of just want to avoid this finishes at your next command phase thing at all. Like if you can have it finished at the end of your turn, just do it.
Yeah, getting show off points is a thing if you do it that way.
Yeah, so Nihilak's pretty interesting. I'm interested in running this monolith though with Novak. So Novak is the more melee centric dynasty. So they get their dynastic code gives them +1 to charge, which is pretty good.
Yeah,
everyone likes +1 to charge. And then I believe you also get +1 AP on the charge, which doesn't matter a ton. It doesn't matter a ton because a lot of the stuff that you're going to be charging with are like Scorpack destroyers that have like AP -4 anyway.
Yeah,
and you're like, okay, cool, AP -5, and you're like, all right, whatever.
At least with when armor contempt was a thing, that would have been useful.
Yeah, but how often are people rolling 6-ups anyway? But
well, it depends on who you talk to. I hear you do a lot.
On my saves, at least, yeah. So yeah, Novak is pretty neat. What did Calvin say here? Army-wide OBSEC became better with Arcs of Omen because you no longer have to bring troops, and you're no longer penalized CPU-wise for no troops. Yeah.
That's very true.
That's fair. Yep. So there's the way that you were running Necrons anyway, where you like took as minimal number of troops as possible, or no troops. Now you're like, okay, cool, I can just do that all the time.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, running the monolith in Novak. Okay. Yeah. So the other big sure does when I was shooting at with AP more. Yeah. The other big thing with Arcs of Omen is Strategic Reserve becoming free. So the monolith deep strikes, right, which is weird, but it does. So it can come down on the board anywhere outside 9 inches from an enemy unit after turn 1. So turn 2 on, you can do that.
Gotcha.
When you bring the monolith down, there's a 1 CP stratagem to pull a unit from Strategic Reserve.
Okay, yeah.
And place it anywhere wholly within 3 inches of the monolith, right?
Does that take into account for the 9 inches out too, or no?
No.
Oh, that's good.
Yes. So you bring the monolith down 9 inches out from an enemy unit. You grab a unit of Scorpack destroyers out of Strategic Reserve, and you put them down 3 inches out from the monolith, which means they're now 6 inches away from an enemy unit. Novak gives +1 to charge, so that's a 5-inch charge into whatever you came down 9 inches away from with the monolith.
Pretty good.
And then now you have a 20 wound monolith sitting in the middle of the board as well. That's shooting decently and whatever, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't have an invuln save.
Doesn't
have an invuln save, but
that's really weird though.
Yeah.
I would think at least a 5-up invuln would make sense on something like that.
You can give it a 5-up invuln with the Chronomancer.
Okay.
Because the Chronomancer just gives something that's the same dynasty as it, the 5-up invuln.
But it's like command phase kind of situation.
But it's a command phase situation. So if you deep strike it, you're not going to get the 5-up invuln until your next turn or whatever. Yeah.
Please survive.
Yeah. The monolith also famously does not fly, which is dumb because it's a spaceship.
It explains why deep striking is probably a good idea though, because that's a big thing to try to maneuver around buildings.
Yeah, you genuinely can't. Like it's like if you put it in your deployment zone, oftentimes you can't leave your deployment zone.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Because it doesn't fly, which is dumb. It should fly, but it's slowly getting better. Like over the course of 9th edition, the monolith has gone from like being abysmal and there's no way you can take this at all.
Yeah. To
slowly, as like buffs and stuff have come out. They've slowly become better and better. Soul Rocks. Yeah, they can deep strike. Yeah, it's part of their data sheet where it says that you can bring it down.
Did they get core like everything else?
Yeah, they're core. Yeah, because they're vehicles.
So that's actually pretty good. Though.
Yeah. People were joking about that with the because the bringing something out of deep strike stratagem is only for core units. And so people were joking about, you put another monolith in deep strike, and then so you deep strike a monolith, and then you pay a CP to put a monolith next to a monolith. But unfortunately, it doesn't work that way because the stratagem to pull something out of strategic reserve is not it requires you to set it up wholly within 3 inches, and the monolith is bigger than 3 inches, so it can't it can't do it.
If it wasn't for that,
yeah,
it would be super hard.
Well, and there's rules for disembarking vehicles. If you have a model that's larger than 3 inches, disembarking from a vehicle that is, that you can do it. There was like a rare rules or FAQ thing that basically made it that if by chance the base size of your model is larger than 3 inches, you can just go ahead and do it. You just have to set it up like as close as possible to the model or something, right? But this stratagem is not disembarking from a vehicle. It is pulling something out of strategic reserve. It is specifically not disembarking.
So that's a little different.
So it doesn't work. So you can't. Yeah, there was a joke when it first came out of like, like just monolith nesting dolls. So just like, here's a monolith, and then here's another monolith, and then the next turn here's another monolith.
Gosh.
But
could be funny to watch at least.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Let's try to get this magnetizing these bad boys more. Might as well do it here.
Or it was like the Silent King got core for a while, and it was like, here's a monolith, and then here's the Silent King next to the monolith.
Oh boy. It's like big shooting. How many shots does a monolith have?
It depends on what guns you equip it with.
Sure.
So they can have the death rays, which are like the guns that are on the doom scythes.
Okay.
So it's like heavy 2, strength 10, I think, AP minus 3 or 4 for D3 plus 3 damage. Okay. It's one of our few options for D3 plus 3. And the monolith can have 4 of those.
Well, I like that.
Yeah. So you can either equip it with those death rays, or you can equip it with heck, we're talking about the monolith. I'll just pull up the datasheet because the datasheet's actually not terrible. The terrible thing about the monolith is it doesn't have an invuln save, doesn't fly. Those are the 2 things that are bad about it. Everything else has been buffed over the course of 9th edition. That like it's progressively gotten to the point where I can no longer call it terrible. But no invuln, can't fly, huge drawbacks, very big drawbacks.
Well, yeah, I'm curious how many points this sucker is.
Oh, it's those are the things that have gotten better over the course of 9th edition as well. It's gotten point buffs as well.
Interesting.
Because
the Tantalus has got a 5-up invuln, but that sucker's 18 wounds and all that. So it just makes you wonder why something like that. And it flies. And it's 250 points.
Yeah.
And it's got 12 strength 8 AP 3 2 damage shots coming out of that sucker.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can either equip it with 4 Goss Flux Arcs, which are rapid fire 3, 30-inch rapid fire 3, strength 5, AP minus 2, 1 damage. So it's our Goss stuff. So strength 5, AP 2, 1 damage, 30-inch rapid fire 3. So anything within 15 inches, you're shooting 6 shots out of it, and you get 4 of them. So it's a decent number of shots. Yeah. The correct way is to do 4 death rays, which are 24 inches, heavy 1. They're heavy 1. Okay. Strength 9, AP minus 3, D3 plus 3. It also has we'll come back to that. It also has a particle whip, which is a cool name for a long range weapon. Yeah. It's a 36-inch, heavy D6, strength 12, AP minus 3 for flat 3. Which isn't bad. Unfortunately, heavy D6 just means it's 1 shot all the time, right? And then it has a melee weapon. It has a melee profile, Steven. The melee profile is called the Portal of Exile. It has, how many attacks does it have? I forget how many attacks it has. It has 6 attacks. It has more attacks than an Overlord. It has 6 attacks at its top profile, goes down to D6 and then D3 attacks. So 6 attacks, Portal of Exile. It auto hits. It's a melee flamer. right? Strength user, so strength 8.
Oh boy.
AP -3 for flat 3 damage.
How many attacks?
6 at its top profile.
Okay, and it's hitting that skill, weapon skill.
It
3?
auto hits.
Oh, it auto hits.
It auto hits. Yeah, it's a melee flamer.
Well, that's pretty damn good.
Yep. It auto hits strength 8.
That's hilarious. Strength 8's good though.
Yeah.
I mean,
For AP -3 for flat 3 damage. And in Novak, it'll get +1 to charge.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And it'll get an extra AP on its melee.
It's like when you come near my deployment zone, I'm coming for you.
Yeah. Well, deep strikes.
Well, no, I agree. You can do that.
It's gonna come
too.
down and he's an 8-inch charge to get into something.
That's true. Well, that's true too. That's true too.
Yeah. So it's interesting. There's some interesting play to it. I guess how many points it is.
350.
You're over by 50. It's 300 points.
Okay.
Yeah, which is not terrible.
Yeah, no.
Especially in an Arcs of Omen attachment where you can just take a Lord of War. You can just take a Lord of War. You can take up to 3 Lord of Wars, but you can just take one.
Yeah, and that's what they're talking about with the Tantalus as well. Because before you didn't really want to take it because of of being the same thing, but now it's like it's 250 points. It's 18 wounds. It flies, and all that. It can be a tempting choice.
Yeah,
for sure.
Sean asked, "Don't knights kind of get pseudo flying?" Right, they get to the Titanic models get to walk over stuff.
Yeah,
right?
they get over models, but they don't get to walk over freaking buildings or anything.
Oh no.
No.
Oh.
I know that Chaos has that one CP strat to have a War Dog ignore terrain.
Oh, okay.
Move through it, but outside of that, no. That would be way cool. Way cool.
Just bust through terrain.
I mean, I feel like they should, right? I mean, they're monstrous. They should just crash through terrain.
Have some sort of rule where it's like if they can walk through terrain, but that terrain immediately becomes difficult terrain, and it loses light cover or whatever, right? Where it's like you're.
You want to make it complicated? I see.
Because it's like you're literally demolishing the building, basically. Make it a stratagem where you can walk through a building, but then it becomes difficult terrain. You lose light cover.
That's hilarious.
It becomes a crater basically or something.
That's funny. My only thinking was if you want to move through terrain with your Titanic vehicle. -4 on your movement to go through the building. It makes it where you can cut through the building, but it's still a bit of a penalty.
Yeah. No, I want to go a step further. I wanted to have a lasting effect on the game where you that. I mean, they did it with GSC. GSC have an ability where you set something up underground and then you can pick a terrain feature and it loses light cover. It gains difficult terrain.
I think we played one time
and whatever.
To me.
Yeah. Really strong on the Games Workshop tournament terrain.
Yeah,
because you literally can take one of those big 12 by 12 pieces of terrain. You're like, okay, that's no longer light cover and it's difficult terrain.
Yeah, that's not going to be good. Because the GW's terrain is just so set the way it is. Yeah, no, I like it. I guess now that I'm thinking of it, with Mayhem having that GT coming out, I wonder if that's the plan too. Is they're just going to do? They call it a GT, but does that mean they're using, GW rules, or is it going to be player placed? I wonder.
Yeah, well, GT is just the size of tournament, basically. It's the 6. It's the 6. Yeah, that has nothing to do with.
No, I know, but it just makes me wonder.
Yeah.
More than anything else, but knowing that Mayhem's having that GT in April. I just wonder. I should look closer at what the rules are. Player place is probably what they'll do because it's easy. Just they don't have to. You don't have to have judges going around setting up boards or checking distances. So I guess that's the rationale behind that. Oh man!
Should just lose obscuring and gain difficult.
There
Rebel still provides excellent light cover.
Interesting.
I will. I'll get on asking the Germans at Monte Casino. Good old Monte Casino. Oh yeah, come on down to Monte Casino. We've got lobster on Thursdays at the Monte Casino.
Oh boy. Let's see. I hope they're not wasting. Oh man. Let's see. kind of exciting to get some of this Craft World stuff going, I have to say.
Yeah.
Still got those. I guess I'll probably build the vehicles first just because they're quick and kind of fun, you know?
I do like building and painting vehicles. That is a good time.
Well, I've got 12 Shining Spears that I purchased. I'm really excited to get them on the table. Those guys are pretty badass.
Yeah.
And then, I was looking at the Howling Banshees some more. Their X-Art, their squad leader.
Yeah.
Like, you can spend 15 points to give them +1 damage.
Yeah.
And then you can give them a weapon that's already +2 damage, so you can pump them up to 3.
Yeah.
And they're AP4, so I mean, it's just brutal melee for sure.
Yeah, I've had that happen to me once, where they dropped they had a Falcon with Howling Banshees in it. I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like these ladies.
Well, yeah, I guess the question on that is when they drop down, they get out of the vehicle, but they can't advance. Is that correct?
Yeah, you don't get to move.
Yeah, because it's doing a reinforcement step, right?
But it's a similar thing to like what I just explained with the Monolith. Is you drop the Falcon down, and then they get out, and I think they can get out closer to you. Or is that part of the rule?
The rule it said it has to be with outside of 9 inches of an enemy unit.
When you get out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It would be way cool if that wasn't the case.
So you have to try to make a 9-inch charge, or do you get?
Well, they get.
You probably get a bonus or something to it, right?
No, it really is a Hail Mary charge. From
okay.
What I can tell. I think it's mostly just so you can keep your model off the table so it doesn't get shot, and then drop it down. But I don't know. It's still pretty interesting. They get advance and charge anyway. So I mean, honestly, you're probably more beneficial to do something else. But I don't know.
It was a monastery in Italy that the Germans didn't take over until the Allies bombed it, and the Germans moved in after it was destroyed, and it made an excellent fortification on top of a hill, very hard to get. And on Wednesdays they have bingo night at Monte Cassino.
Oh boy.
Excuse me.
Let's see. Gotta get this glue on.
That glue is potent.
Oh yeah.
It's a potent glue.
Oh, you smelling it?
I am smelling it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably why it works so good. But it's got some. We got no air circulation, people. It's gonna get real silly right in here.
There's a vent right there.
Oh, sure. It's working so well right now.
Let's take a look at your Falcon here.
I don't know if I like the way the bases are on these things, but yeah.
Oh, did you glue them on?
Well, I do just because otherwise it's gonna fully wobble. It looks like it's held ground. So yeah, the bad boy's coming along. I'm gonna magnetize the other weapons, but I think we're in a good place. Bam! I like that.
Transition.
Look
at that. We have a Falcon.
Yeah, first of 3.
Okay, so you have to promise me something right now.
Okay.
Up?
What?
You have to promise something.
What?
So these are drop pods, right?
Basically, yes.
Okay, they're not known for their melee, right? But you have to promise me that any time that you charge this and you get this into melee,
that's
you have to yell Falcon Punch.
Falcon Punch.
Falcon Punch.
If I remember it, I definitely gonna do it.
Falcon Punch.
I like it already. It's hilarious. Falcon Punch.
Yep.
But yeah, no, just it's crazy to me, like playing. When you play Dakari and you play Harlequins and you field so many models, and then you walk over to Craft World, and they're like, "We're the elite of the whippiest. We're gonna field hardly anything." Like, what the hell's happening here? There's just not a lot of models getting on the table. Feels weird, real weird.
Welcome from Dutch land out south of Des Moines. That's Pella?
I mean,
is that what that is? Yeah.
Is that south? I guess it kind of is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Never thought about it. Well,
it's not north.
Well, then that's probably the one gentleman that I know. He's a teacher, and he works down there. Last I remember. But let's see. There we go. So second Falcon is come together.
She put tulips on your bottles.
Oh no! Okay, put this over here. Well, the next time we do this, if I'm on the stream, I will be definitely doing something different.
Boy, this Arcoflagellum looks really goofy.
Does it?
the weird arm thing on it.
Calvin, what were you doing when you did this?
It's just really goofy.
Or is it just how they come?
You guys, here, I'll put it on the thing. You guys can laugh at it with me.
That is a weird model. Okay. We're just gonna glue. I decided to glue the Falcon doors shut. It's gonna work for me.
Just the arms are a little
weird.
This arm in particular
It's a little schlumpy.
is like it's just, I don't know. It's just like this weird, droopy, dangly thing that is a little. It's got a little droop to it. Oh man, if you know, you know. It's funny. It's got me chuckling for a specific reason.
Yeah, he's a perv. That's all I know. Gosh.
That's all you know.
That's all I know.
Yeah.
I don't know anything else but that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Nothing else. Just that.
That's interesting. I can honestly say I do not like the way these mount. I've got different mounting options for the more modern models. I might do a little bit of modifications here on these bad boys, but we'll see. For now, that's 2 Falcons done, and then one more to go. Woo woo.
There's nothing more empowering than a woman charging across the battlefield and beating you in the face with some sort of phallic metal thing.
Oh boy! Oh, that's female as well.
Yeah, this one's a female.
I guess. Oh yeah, duh. It's Sisters of Battle.
Well, some of the Arcoflagellants aren't. They are definitely not female.
Okay.
They're just like bad people that get basically turned into servitors and shoved across the board, basically.
Oh, so these are their kind of a servitor type model.
Yeah, kind of.
I gotcha. Well, if they're not hitting on 5s, they're better than normal servitors. These all the servitors I know are crap. Okay, we get all that. Throw that.
As an AdMag player, I take offense to that.
Why, you guys have good ones?
We just have a lot of them.
Well, that part makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Let's see here. One more base to magnetize.
The Cataphrons are servitors, and they they hit on 4s.
Well, that's pretty good then.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just used to like the Grey Knight servitors. They hit on 5s for melee and shooting. It's like
Yeah.
Ugh,
Unless they're next to a Tech Marine, right? And then they get better.
I've never brought them. So
I think they get better if they're next to a
never
Tech
looked.
Marine.
Yeah,
I think they hit on 3s, maybe 3s or 4s.
Yeah, but in the Grey Knights, the reality is that they're going to be holding some back point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
No, you don't take them for their combat advantage for sure.
Yeah, exactly. They're just a cheap unit to hold something.
Yeah.
I've got 4 of them. I need to sit down and actually paint them. I mean, if things go the way it seems, Grey Knights are going to be pretty good, or at least back to where they were. They're selling out like hotcakes right now.
They won a tournament this last week. That was they were on the new points, which I assume means the new balance data slate at least.
So that's huge. Yeah, because I noticed like I like to watch my favorite armies. Like, not that I need anything for them, but just seeing that their starter box sets are sold out and a lot of their stuff's flying off the shelf. Yeah, luckily I have plenty.
Yeah, you've already got them.
Yeah, and so it's tempting. I do like them. I may end up fielding them for the next 6 months and play them at Orcs off and on, but maybe not play them at Orcs in tournament level. But
yeah,
it's hard to decide because
Orcs are really good too.
The only Space Marines I really like are my Grey Knights. I like their.
How many other Space Marines have you played?
I can say 0.
Yeah.
Play against.
Yeah, you can't knock it till you try it, man.
The only other ones that even remotely kind of call to me are the Blood Angels. I do like Sanguinius. I do like their kind of berserkerness, if you will.
Yeah.
Just reading about like his story when they find him, right? The child with wings, and then as he becomes an adult, and when he gets enraged as his people are being killed by mutants and stuff, and he causes psychic shockwaves and all these kind of interesting things about him. It's hard not to like him. And as a man who's been like can have a temper. You know,
Sure.
I can relate to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Getting rah, 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 rah. Oh, I'm cool now. Pretty good. So I don't know. I like him. It would be a tempting army. I'm really wondering if they're gonna.
Are you really a Space Marine player if you don't have an army for every chapter?
Yeah, that's the truth of it, right? Yeah, why play anything else when you can just collect all of the chapters?
All of the Space Marines.
I would desperately want to save money at least, and like do some kind of generic paint job on my.
Like some of the vehicles, some of the like the intercessors are like they have a more generic paint job. It's like, yeah, these are my Blood Raven fist.
Yeah, you're
Marines.
You're gonna be in a tough spot because that's a lot of just repetitive purchases.
All the colors of the rainbow. There's literally a chapter of Space Marines called the Rainbow Marines. So like that's
a thing.
Yeah.
Too funny. Yeah, it just depends. I'm just wondering, like, with 10th edition, if they're going to update the Sanguinary Guard, if they're going to come in with Primaris armor, or are they going to keep running them as Firstborn? You know, we're curious.
They are older models.
Yeah.
For sure.
They're affordable right now. That's how I know they're probably going to update them.
Because they're older models, yeah.
Exactly. They're worth buying a whole bunch of them just because of that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the truth of it, is we're just going to see, like, the future is Primaris. Like, that's kind of just the long and the short of it. I don't see them making another Firstborn unit.
Yeah.
Ever. Like, it just isn't going to happen. In lore, it's not a thing.
Yeah.
You know, like, all the Firstborn are being kind of pressured into becoming Primaris themselves.
It's like prom.
It's like prom. Yep. You gotta cross the Rubicon Primaris or whatever, right?
Too funny.
And join up. Get the new cool tools. So I think we'll just see. Isn't everything getting bigger? Yeah. The Primaris are indeed larger than their Firstborn brethren, which is like. They kind of needed to update the line anyway. Like even from the start, Space Marines, like their scaling as a model didn't quite meet up with what the lore was for them. Like if you put a Firstborn Space Marine next to a Guardsman, and you're like, so the Guardsman's supposed to be like normal height, so like, you know, maybe like 5'10", and the Space Marine is supposed to be like 7 foot. You're like, yeah, that doesn't quite.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. That's too funny.
So the Primaris are really just like as far as scale wise, they're like true size Marines, basically.
And that's why I'm purposely not buying any more Grey Knights, because there's not a lot of models in that line. It'll be easy for them to update, and I just don't feel like having too many Firstborn.
Yeah.
You know, when you know that they're just going to release a new box set.
Well, and what's his name? The guy that they just released that has the demon sword or whatever. Like he's a Primaris.
Yeah, and he's a gorgeous model. He's huge.
Yeah.
So I wonder, like, they didn't bring in new Terminators yet, have they? They're still running the Terminators in the old armor.
No, the new Terminators, at least the thing that's closest to a Terminator in Primaris are the aggressors.
Okay.
They're they're in Gravis armor. They're 3 wounds. They're just tough guys.
Oh sure, they're kind of huge. Right?
Yeah.
I gotcha.
But they're not. I mean, they don't deep strike. They're just big boys.
That's the weird part. Like, even though they're pushing towards that, they're not letting rhinos and stuff carry them and all that. That would make it nice if they could. But I guess not.
Yeah, there's no Primaris Terminators, and there's no Primaris with jump packs.
Yep.
Although, if you looked at the Space Marine 2 video game trailer, those guys are Primaris, and they've got jump packs. So if you so clearly this video game trailer is going to give credence to Games Workshop creating jump packs.
There you go. For Primaris,
yeah. And I'm excited for Space Marine 2 as well. I did not play Space Marine 1 until like this last year.
Okay. Yeah, same here.
And I actually really liked it. I was like, oh, this is fun. I like this a lot. Even as an older game. So
you know what game I just bought? Like did you see the one that's the with the orc? It's a shooting side-scrolling orc game. I can't remember the name something.
I have seen it. Yeah.
I started playing it today.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness, it is a hoot.
Yeah.
I like it. It's I'm getting used to the controls, but it's real fun to be running around as an orc player.
That's funny.
Shooting. Yeah, it's interesting.
I'd like to get into Darktide. Darktide looks cool too. I just
reviews, so I don't know.
I don't know. I have to paint a bunch of Repentia.
Yeah, it's a little hard. I couldn't play as much as I wanted to today between knowing we'd be on stream and trying to build. Man, Monday though, I knocked out a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
felt really good about it.
That's good.
Up until 1 a.m, but I got a lot done. Right?
Yeah. At
least with my work life schedule, it's, working from home and working late anyways. And then for some reason, my company put on 3 nurses on this one phone line, and I literally took like maybe 6 calls. So I was like, I had so much hobby time. I was like, thank you for paying me the hobby.
Yeah. Unfortunately, my work has sent me back to the office for 3 days a week. So
3 days. Okay.
No more sitting and painting while working.
Yeah, they might question that, right?
Yeah. I mean, I could probably bring some and like do it on my lunch break or whatever.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But aside from that, it's
your regular business time. They'll be like, "What you doing?" Waiting for you guys to tell me something to do.
Yeah.
You'll be like, "Heck no."
Yeah, and that's not going to be the case anymore because I have a coworker that's having a baby in like a month and a half or so, and he is taking the like full stretch of paternity leave that's offered to him, which is fine. That's what's offered to him.
Do it.
And that stretch of paternity leave is 4 months. That is what is offered to us now. Is 4 months of paternity leave.
That's super generous.
And I need to learn how to do his job because when he is gone, I will be doing that.
Oh, I gotcha.
So
it's time for you to have another baby.
Yeah.
We're gonna hit real capacity.
Yeah. Yeah, no, thank you.
Oh yeah. Oh, I keep joking around with my wife, like telling her that because we're going to Manchester to the Warhammer Fest, and it's just her and I, and we haven't just been her and I for like 11 years.
Right.
I was like, we might be coming back with you with a baby in the oven, and she just gave me looks like, don't you dare say that. I was like, we're gonna be single. It's gonna be beautiful. Single and no kids. This is hot.
Yeah, I only need 2 more to build a Dota team. Yeah, you're right.
There you go. Let's see here.
It's okay. I'll just grab Calvin's 2 oldest, and we'll form a Dota team together.
That's funny. What's Dota? I don't know.
You don't know what Dota is?
I seriously don't. Is it a Christian rock band?
No, it's a video game.
Okay.
It stands for Defense of the Ancients. It's a MOBA, multiplayer online battle arena sort of thing, like League of Legends. If you know what League of Legends is.
Yeah, I know League of Legends.
Yeah, it's like the precursor to League of Legends. Like it came out first.
Yeah. It's games that I don't play.
Yeah, it's that style of play.
Understood. Yeah, those ones usually don't fly.
Yeah, they just need to go and win the international, and yeah, boom, retirement. Yep, there you go.
That's how you do it.
Because that's like millions of dollars every year if you go and win that.
That's funny. It is interesting when you can win so much money.
Yeah.
Let's see. So we got that done.
This sister is entirely bald.
Oh,
that's exciting.
She's shaving for Repentia.
Yeah, she doesn't appear to be blind though, or she's not. She doesn't have the blindfold on. She has it over her mouth.
Oh.
So apparently she said some naughty words instead of looking at naughty things.
It's like a hear no evil, see no evil.
Yeah. That's what I'm picking up on.
That's hilarious. Okay, we'll throw that in there.
She said, "Screw the Emperor," and they're like,
"What?" They're like, our life's worth more than just to die. And they're like, poof.
She's like, yeah, okay, Repentia. Never mind.
I want to have the right to make my own decisions. Repentia.
League is to Dota as Yu-Gi-Oh is to Magic. There you go.
Okay. That's interesting.
They're all children's games.
That's funny. Okay, let's get these engines on. Man, GW, what are you doing here? Okay, all that goodness.
GW.
They're like.
Back in the days when GW was the president of the United States, and it wasn't a game company that I sent tons of money to.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, I can at least say I'm not buying any more armies. I have enough for sure. I can't even play them all, at least regular enough. But I will.
It's almost like I've heard that before. I don't know.
Yeah, but that was before.
That was before.
This is now. But no, I honestly don't. Well, the nice thing is with the armies I have, there's plenty of money to be spent just continually either getting new models or, they're gonna always release new models for every range sporadically. So you're gonna, and then once you've got them all, it's like, hey, you haven't bought the Forge World ones yet, and they're even more expensive.
It's like, oh, hey, I haven't printed the Forge World ones yet.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, hey, get in here on this. So GW's got a plan. GW has a plan. And it's to get my money.
Yeah.
One way or the other. Well, this is interesting. There it is. That feels good. But now we have the Heart of the Dice. Oh gosh. Yu-Gi-Oh! But with dice. Yeah.
Heart of the Dice, Heart of the Dice, Heart of the Dice, Heart of the Dice. Heart of the Dice.
Funny.
Heart of the Dice.
That's funny. Okay, let's get you over here. Where's this little shuriken deal? Oh.
So much skin.
Yeah.
This is what we should have done.
Ooh, what's up?
We should have base coated these Repentia. Calvin, you should have base coated these Repentia with skin color. That's what we should have done.
Ask for advice next time.
I think he maybe did, and I may have told him the wrong thing.
No, it's not your fault.
Or it was like, what should we base coat it? And I was like, I don't know, maybe the color of the clothing or something. And they were like, oh, we did it metallic already. And I was like, okay, well, that's usable.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the conversation was.
Oh, that's funny.
I may be recalling it incorrectly.
Yeah, I definitely try to decide priming based on like you said, if there's a lot of skin, go that way. Or whatnot, so it helps a lot. But I'm an odd duck with that.
Quack.
There we go. Quack. There we go. Okay, so that worked, kind of. After I break a piece off it.
It worked after I broke it.
Yeah, exactly. Manhandle this stuff a bit. Okay, let's see. We got that. We need to get the doors and all that on. I don't really like these
Jim Morrison and the Doors.
Too funny. Okay, let's see here. We might as well put this ramp on while we're thinking of it. I hear music. That's just the music for kids?
Yeah.
I got you. What are they listening to?
Music. It's a Christmas playlist right now because I haven't put a regular bedtime playlist on my Spotify yet.
Oh,
it's just been Christmas.
Yeah, well, it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, not too terribly.
My youngest really likes the thunder sounds and stuff. So that's what she listens to a lot. Yeah, that's her favorite. I kind of like it too, honestly.
Yeah.
It's easy to sleep to thunder sounds and crickets and whatnot.
I cannot fall asleep if there's music.
Oh, that's
like it's just not. It's not possible. My brain is just like, nope. I'm listening to the music now, and it's like, don't you want to go to sleep? I'm like, yep, but I'm listening to music. Yeah. The same with like if there's a TV show or something on. Like, I just can't. I can't fall asleep.
Yeah. There's definitely things that I can't fall asleep to either. That's for sure. But it just happens. Okay, this is coming along, but I'm not. Oh, this third one's giving me a little bit of hell. Like, how dare you be difficult? Let's see now. Squeeze it in there.
Doodly doo doo doo.
Okay. But I'm trying to think. I know there's a rumor going on right now that they're saying that they're thinking 10th edition is not going to come out until next year, and they're going to run with what they have now for the next. I was like, maybe, but it doesn't seem like that's their way.
There's so many rumors that are just like, yeah, that's what they're doing now, and you're like, but are they? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's so many rumors of what's coming next or what's happening. It's hard to be sure what to listen to, if anything at all.
Yeah. Space Marine doctrines are going to stick around from each turn. And then it turns out, nope. Nope, that's not what they did.
Oh, you mean like they were going to be, like people thought they were going to be stacking?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be too good.
It would have been so good. It would have been so good.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
Every chapter would have been like slapping. Like they just get more dangerous every second.
You mean, you know what it would have done?
What?
You're just like, okay, so you mean all Space Marine heavy weapons just get an additional AP?
Yeah.
All game. The whole game. That's basically what it does. It's just like, oh, okay, cool. Devastator Doctrine, all game. And that's basically what happens now.
Yeah.
If you end up running a Space Marine chapter that really likes Devastator Doctrine. Like Iron Hands. Or like Imperial Fists.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
There's definitely all hail the shooting armies for Space Marines. My goodness.
Yeah.
It's weird they didn't seem like they felt like the Blue Boys were going to benefit as much from the shooting, but I'm surprised.
So our so Ultramarines is what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, Ultramarines. Yep.
So Ultramarines, their special doctrine is tactical, so it's not Devastator.
Oh, it's not okay.
Right. So that's kind of what people are jazzed about. Like any Space Marine chapter that uses Devastator Doctrine to a certain effect,
yep.
They're excited for it, right?
Yeah.
Because then they get to be in Devastator Doctrine, they get to stay in Devastator Doctrine all game, right?
Oh, yeah.
So Iron Hands get so just regular Devastator Doctrine is an extra AP on all your heavy weapons.
Yep.
In Devastator Doctrine.
Yep.
Iron Hands get reroll 1s to hit.
Ooh,
in Devastator Doctrine.
That's good.
So they're just like, they just get to reroll 1s to hit all game, and they get to stay in Devastator Doctrine all game, and so all their heavy weapons get +1 AP.
And then with this, they don't have to be troop heavy, so they can go into the units that that's gonna be good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Whereas Ultramarines, their special doctrine is Tactical Doctrine, which is turns 2, 3, usually turns 2 and 3.
Okay.
You can go into Assault on turn 3 if you want to, but you usually don't. At least not with Ultramarines. And then Salamanders really like Devastator Doctrine as well.
Interesting.
So in Tactical Doctrine for Ultramarines, you get all of your units, if you do a normal move, you get to be treated as you remain stationary. So for all of your infantry, you get to move and shoot heavy weapons as if you didn't move.
That's pretty good.
Which is pretty nice. But that's in Tactical Doctrine. So
you have to wait.
So yeah, you have to wait until turn 2. But it's nice that we get to just like hang out in it. I can't tell you how many times, because usually, so you go from Devastator turn 1, you have to go into Tactical turn 2. This is the way it normally is. It's changed now with the data slate. So you start with Devastator turn 1, you have to go into Tactical turn 2. And then turn 3, you can choose to either go into Assault Doctrine, which is +1 AP in melee, or you can stay in Tactical Doctrine for one more turn in turn 3. And then in turn 4, you have to go into Assault Doctrine, right? So it's the idea is that the battle progresses from, your long range, heavy weapons turn 1 into your shorter range weapons, because you get +1 AP on Assault and rapid fire weapons in Tactical Doctrine, into your tactical weapon, or like your more mid-range weapons, and then you're getting into melee. Like that's how the battle progresses, right? So that's the idea. So now it's changed so that now you can, choose to go to the next doctrine. So you still start in Devastator, but you don't have to go to Tactical turn 2. You can just stay in Devastator.
Gotcha.
And then if you go into Tactical, you can choose to go to Assault the next turn, but you don't have to. forever. Like
Forever.
but you can't start in you can't start in assault. You can't start in tactical. You can't go from Devastator to assault. You have to still progress Devastator, tactical, assault. Yeah. So there's interesting things that go with that. And now you don't have to move doctrines. You can stay in it, which benefits any chapters that it mostly benefits chapters that like the Devastator doctrine, because you get to stay in it more than one turn. And then I haven't looked at the new secondaries for Marines.
Oh, sure.
But there's a secondary that's like Shock Assault or something that lets you score points based on killing things in certain doctrines. And I believe the way that it was written, you got 2 points for every unit you killed with heavy weapons in Devastator doctrine.
Oh, that's good.
And so if you're already playing a Space Marine chapter that wants to stay in Devastator doctrine,
Good.
you can just stay in that, and then you're going to get 2 points anytime you kill something, basically. So
well, I know.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that at least O's of the Moment got boosted.
Yeah, O's of the Moment is back to what it was before.
Yeah.
So it's now worth 2 points for being wholly within 6 inches of the center of the battlefield, and then 1 point for killing a character, vehicle, or monster. 1 point for not falling back or failing morale.
I got you. Man, I guess I'm gonna have to build a monolith now. Let's go monolith. I'm loving it. But yeah, these Falcons went way quick. I'm used to other models being way more complex than you fiddle. These guys came together. This one does not want to sit on its stand correctly. It keeps wanting to lean forward. It's really annoying.
Try to snap it off and glue it back again.
Yeah, well, I think super glue might be the answer. I'll get home, just pop it off, do that. But
Super glue.
Super glue, for sure.
Glue.
But I'm real happy to get these 3. I mean, right now the 2 to 3 is definitely meta. 2 typically with the 1 batch of 3 support. With weapons with D cannons being the real big deal.
The D cannons.
Giving you the D. Baby.
Give you the D cannons.
Nothing like strength 12, AP 3, and it's freaking 3 plus D3 damage.
Yeah.
So, and they got 24-inch range, so you just kind of be like, don't come over here.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, and they have like some interesting rules for they have these vibro cannons that if you're shooting, the more you shoot of them, the more they do. Like,
Okay.
it's weird. Like if you shoot 2 of them, then it's like they get like what was it? Like I think it was like additional like benefit of hitting, and then if you shoot all 3 of them, it gets a little extra dice. It's kind of interesting how they work. The more you use them, the better they get. But they're not high damage. They're they're like 2 versus like
Sure.
the D cannons, which are definitely wrecking.
Give them the D.
Yeah.
Cannon.
Well, the D cannons are D3 shots, and you got 3 of them. So I mean, it's still going to be pretty reliable number of shots. I mean, right? Yeah. I mean, if you roll like that, I mean that's going to be 8 shots. That'd be pretty good. Now, of course, with the new rule, you're hitting on 4s instead. But I guess if you keep something near that lets
because you're
out
out of line of sight. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the only bad part.
And they get +1 to their armor save against it.
Yeah, but that's fine because it's already AP3. So at least then it's AP2 is still good. And armor contempt being gone.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's still pretty good.
Yeah, and I mean, heck, with that roll like I just did, I've only missed 3 of the 8, so that's not so bad.
I mean, even shooting into something that has light cover, if it's AP3, it's still fine. You're gonna drop down to AP1, but like that's okay.
I mean, and honestly, with D cannons, you're more likely going to be shooting things that don't even benefit from light cover, anyways. You know what I mean? So you prefer not to shoot at troops with these if you don't have to. But if they're the only option, then why not?
What's the damage on it?
It's D3 plus 3.
On the out of line of sight shooting, it's D3 plus 3?
It's like retarded. I'll double check on it.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it's really good, but like I said, it's 24-inch versus, and it's not as many shots, but it's still devastating.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's why the out of line of sight stuff got nerfed because the elves were nuking people off the board with their
Right.
artillery. Well, let me double check here because I've got my list right here. Because why wouldn't you? Let's see here. So yeah, actually, I take it back. It's D6+2. Hey.
Hello, Arctic.
Hey, Arctic.
Arctic. We got there.
We got it. So actually, it's melto damage. It's actually
Okay.
6+2. So it's still good.
D6+2.
D6+2, baby.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. So
Yeah, that's better. That's better than D3+3.
Average wise, maybe not.
Maybe.
Either way,
Maybe it's not. I don't know.
I don't think it is, but still.
I
it's
initially
good.
look at it and I'm like, I'd rather take D6+2 than D3+3.
Well, fun part is any sixes when you roll for your wounding, that's a mortal wounding addition. So the D cannon is good. It's good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Well, okay, so difference between D6+2
Yeah.
and D3+3, right?
Yeah.
So D6+2, in order to get the maximum amount of damage that you'd get out of D3+3, you just need to roll 4.
Yeah.
So on a 5 or a 6, it's better. On a 1 or 2, it's worse than the maximum amount of damage.
Yeah.
Right.
I think D6+2 is better.
It is better.
No matter what, your minimum 3 damage, and you're probably averaging 5, so it's going to be good.
Working on my Kurgers. Kriegers?
Krieger? Oh, the Kriegs? Working on my Kriegers. Oh yeah, you must have some of the metal ones because I know that they're releasing in a Kill Team box. The Krieg are coming in for Kill Team, so that they're planning on selling a lot of those. But anyone lucky enough to buy the old metal ones, have definitely swooped them up.
Yeah. Calvin's doing the math for us on D3 plus 3 versus D6+2.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5.5 average versus 5 average. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big difference. Yeah, so no, those D cannons are gonna wreck.
Yeah.
Sure. And heck, and the scary part with elves is they can right now because these falcons take a heavy support role, right? And so are the D cannons. But with the new Arcto Omen, I can squeeze in more.
Yep. Our Arcit knows the way. I got a resin printer. Yeah.
There you go. That is the answer.
That was the meme that I saw.
It's not saving money, but it's spending money differently.
I mean, it's saving money eventually.
It can.
Yeah. Or you just print things and sell them to friends.
Oh, sure. That's.
But yeah, the meme was that I saw a while back was like, hey, here's the new start collecting Krieg, like Death Corp of Krieg option from GW, and it was like an Elegoo Saturn and like a bottle of resin. It's like, here's your start collecting Krieg.
There you go. Yeah.
There's so many good models out there for Krieg that it's just like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I'll just print a Death Corp of Krieg army because it's.
So.
It's
Dude, I'm starting to think that this Repentia, and I think Calvin's wife's theme of this army is that they're running the red carpet.
Yeah.
I have this feeling like there's crushed red velvet on the base.
Yeah. Well, you get there's like the red. You get like this kind of red carpeting or whatever in like cathedrals and stuff.
Well, I guess that's true too.
Like the velvet red.
Well, I can't help but think of the red carpet as well. But yeah,
fits with the church, the ecclesiarchy theme or whatever.
I like the old 80s and 70s carpets that had the flowery patterns that you see in the churches too. That would have been fun on there as well, especially if you're doing that way.
That carpet's still in most churches.
Yeah, that's true.
They don't take them out.
Yeah.
Oh, I have three of these left for these doing the first layer of skin tone.
Oh man. It might have almost been worth taking your airbrush and just going in and doing the skin tone.
I couldn't because I'd mess up the bases.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Because they're already on the bases, you're kind of stuck.
Yep.
Yeah, never mind.
Yep. So this is where we are.
This is where we are.
We're painting skin tone on the skin tone parts, which is fine. It honestly, doing the first one, it didn't take too long to.
Well, when you're doing one, it's not a big deal. Right?
Well, once I got the skin tone on, it didn't take too long.
But she looks good.
I'll say
she's looking real good.
Yeah, Calvin says it's supposed to be like a church carpet.
Yeah, I'm seeing that church carpet. Woo. They're like, I repent as they slice some of the pieces. Repent are like the only ones that still can fight on death, huh? I think that most models now have been killed off of that.
Yeah, well, it's a 2 CP strat.
Oh, it's a strat, so it's not free. So then that's why.
Yep.
Everyone who had it for free lost it.
Yeah, no, they don't get to do it for free. They do it.
Okay.
It's a 2 CP strat to fight on death with Repentia.
Okay.
The Canoness, I think, can fight on death. That's they have a little, I don't know if it's HQ unit or if it's an elite or something.
I see.
Silly putty for masking. Yeah, I've used blue tack for masking before.
Oh, gotcha. There you go.
Yeah, I mean it's an option. I'm almost done with it anyway, so it's not an option anymore. It's okay. Yeah. It's okay. That's what we're doing. It's fine. I can sit down and paint these in an evening. It's fine. Everything's fine here. We're all fine here.
We're all fine.
How are you?
Dude, right now I have, I'm staring at 30 witches. I've got them all primed and all ready to go. And I'm like, what am I doing with these ladies? All I know for sure is they're going to have red hair. Yeah. Outside of that, I cannot decide.
I got 99 problems, but a witch ain't one.
There you go. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know why. It's like I didn't enjoy painting my Harlequins, but then my Drukhari, for whatever reason, I'm enjoying them a lot more.
I felt like you did a really good job on your Harlequins, and you just constantly were like, I hate them. I hate doing this.
I don't know why. I guess the reason why, the idea when I'm starting my Harlequins, right, is this idea that they're going to have diamond patterns on them, and then realizing I'm not good enough to do that diamond pattern because I don't want to look crappy. I agree they don't look bad.
I thought you executed it perfectly fine.
But I did a pretty good job. Let's see. Tip my brother recommends for base protection, use paper and tape to make. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, you can do that for sure. Yes, he could have done ways to protect the base and made this easy.
Well, okay, but it's also partially on me because they were like, "Hey, do you want the bases to be done before we give them to you?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's fine. Go ahead and do the bases."
So what he's saying is mistakes were made, but we're fine here. Nothing happened.
I'm not blaming anybody.
No, mistakes were made. That's all. But he's admitting they were his mistakes because he had choices.
Yep, I was asked and I gave answers. They were the wrong answers.
I love it. You're like, no.
So, that's fair.
But I still like this guy. I feel like there's some work I might add to him.
Yeah.
But I'm still pretty proud of him. His face, man, his face came out really good. I was so proud of his face on this one.
Oh, he's gonna rotate real fast for a minute.
He's like, woo!
Come on. Yeah.
Just doing the edge highlighting is a huge deal. I saw some really awesome glow effects people did on the Power Claws, but I just don't know if I'm the one for that.
Oh, to glowify Gaz's Power Claws?
Yeah. I saw someone else go in and do a rust effect on it. I've seen really amazing patinas. But outside of that, I'm just a huge fan. I feel like I did a pretty good job on him. I need to improve his base, but that's about it. There you go. I was like, don't give me too much control. But yeah, I should finish his base though. That would be the big thing. Oh, stretch. He's getting there. So is your Silent King probably the one you're most proud of? It seems like he has so much quality work into him.
I work pretty hard on them. I don't know. It's so hard because I like painting, and I like the models that I paint, and I don't know, to be like, yeah, which one do you like the best? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know, honestly.
I mean, for me, I really like what you did with Be'lakor. I'm glad you listened to me. The only thing I could do is I gave you a little piece of advice, and you went with it. And
I did.
And it got even more beautiful.
It got way better after he got better after Yeah, because it was just so when I was painting Be'lakor, I got to a certain point where I was kind of okay with the way that he looked.
He was tired.
I wasn't tired. Honestly, it was more of I got to a point where I was like, I don't I like this model so much that I don't want to screw it up.
Okay.
And I got to a certain point where I was like, I like where it's at right now, and I just don't want to mess it up more,
and so
my I don't know. I kind of just got a little bit of like decision paralysis as far as like where I need to go from here. And so I appreciated your critique where you were like, you should just put him. You should just put a wash over him, like just wash the whole model. And I was like, but then I got to do other stuff. And you're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. And so I did that, and I worked on it a lot more, and it turned out a lot better.
Yeah. Well, you know, as you and I both know, like there's a certain point.
Grab them down from there. We'll put them.
Yeah, there's a certain point when you're working on a model where you're like, they just look terrible. And
yep.
And it's just a few more steps and they'll come to life. But until you're there, you know.
Yeah. Every model that you paint at a certain point will look terrible. And I guess the battery must be dead.
Yeah, the battery's dying.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
We'll spin him around real quick here. Hey, everybody, look at Be'lakor. Hey, look at the front of him. Look at the back of him. Look at the front. Oh my God, no. No, actually, I just like really screwed up.
No, you didn't.
Hang on. Don't look at me.
Don't look at me. Is he going back to the screen? He's trying to hide, covering up a terrible error in judgment.
I made a terrible error by not putting my friggin' paintbrush down. Oh my God.
No.
Oh, it's so much worse.
It's so much worse.
No, it'll be
What
okay.
button to bring the
It'll be
camera
right.
back up?
Yeah, just one.
Okay. I got it. Sorry about that, people.
Don't look at me.
He literally tried to mess.
Don't look at me. It's fine. It'll all be fine. I just need to. It'll.
Nothing like just putting a little extra paint on Be'lakor.
Yeah, nothing like just painting your model and like just being like, okay, here's more paint. Here's some skin tone on your back.
Yeah.
There, Be'lakor buddy.
I know we need to come when he's all panicking. Nothing to see here. I'm fixing it. It's too bad he had the camera off so you couldn't see him panicking.
I bet we picked up. I bet we have we'll have a clip of my brush like hitting his thing, which is gonna be like just the worst.
Oh no!
Gosh.
Well, he's at least in a dark color. You can. Oh, putting the color over is gonna suck. How'd it come out?
It'll be
all right.
It'll be okay. He'll be okay.
You'll just have memories now.
He'll be okay. All right.
That bad choice.
Cool. Hey, look, the paintbrush is going on the thing here. I don't have it anymore.
You're always like, I bought that for you for a reason.
All right, so here's Be'lakor. Look how cool he is. He looks awesome.
Yeah, he does look good.
Yeah. Yep.
I love it. I saw this really cool conversion. Someone did Apothecary, and it was like he's clapping hands with the other guy lifting him up. I can't remember where I saw that. Is it yours?
I literally have one. It might be in the other room.
Okay, I can't remember where I saw it, but it looked amazing.
I have one.
And it might be you, huh?
Yeah. This is the mistake that happened. If you can see it,
it's
you're looking a lot closer than I am.
It's basically gone. It's gone well
enough. It's here.
I can see a lot.
It's right here.
I can see
it, you
but...
can see it easier in person.
No.
But
it's just the outline around it, right?
Yeah, that's what he looks like in the back. He looks black. Insert joke here. And this is what he looks like in the front. But yeah.
Too funny.
Yep, Be'lakor.
Be'lakor.
Yeah, he turned out a lot better after Steven was like, hey, do better. And I was like, okay.
Don't do that.
Stop doing bad. Do
more.
Better.
He was so excited he wanted to play with him, he forgot that maybe you should finish painting him.
It's true. I really did want to play with him. I was like, let's get him on the table. I want to be done.
Oh, for sure.
I need to put paint on plastic, but other hobbies, games, etc. Yeah, no, I totally understand. Like sometimes it's hard to just have time to sit down and put paint on your plastic models. Yeah. That does it. What helps is to have friends that also want to put paint on plastic models, and you can get together and then do that all together, like what we're doing tonight.
Yeah. Next week I'll be painting. That's for sure. I've got some stuff to paint, but I was figuring to make an excuse to do some tanks. Actually, it took most of the time, anyways, to build them, so it wasn't too bad.
Yep. Have a good night, Bahamut. Cotted.
We're getting ready to wrap up the stream.
Yeah, we're gonna be finishing up here pretty soon. I've got a couple more models here, but what time is it? It's 9:56.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go to 10.
Yeah, we'll go to 10.
We'll go for 4 more minutes here.
Yeah.
Speed paint some.
Speed
a bunch of here.
For sure. But Dude, the fun thing is like I was saying, I got that orc game, that little side scroller one, and now I have a proper wah because I was listening to the way they wah,
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I won't do it because but
it's more of a.
I plan on actually. Yeah, it's more of a ooh in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because W's are spelled with a D.
Yeah.
and then when you say wah, it's more like oh, it starts with a U. So you gotta be guttural with it.
Leg.
But yeah, at this point, I'm torn between those two armies though. Playing orcs versus playing Grey Knights. Grey Knight wise, I don't really have anything left to paint, so it's the easy choice, right? You just let's go, let's play.
Yeah, let's put them on the table.
The orcs, I've still got some work to do to painting wise, but it wouldn't take long because I'm always painting a little bit of orc stuff here and there, so it would still be pretty cool. And what else? What else are you encouraged to yell at a tournament and not get?
It's true. It's true. Yeah.
Orcs are the one. You can scream wah.
You can scream wah, and you can scream judge.
Yeah, those are about it.
Those are the two things that you can scream at a tournament.
and no one's gonna be really mad at you.
Yeah, except for maybe your opponent when you scream judge.
Now that reminds me though, I don't know if I told you this, but when you and Isaac were playing,
and
you guys called for a judge.
Yeah.
I called another judge to complain that my friends were calling judges.
I heard laughing.
That. He was
it's like my friends are calling judges. They just need to get along. Stop. They need to stop fighting. They're friends. They should know these things.
Yeah, exactly. The judge is laughing. He's like, it doesn't work that way.
I'm trying to remember what Isaac and I called the judge over for. It had something to do with a plasma weapon.
Oh yeah.
I know what it was. So he deep strikes in or teleports a unit of Rubric Marines.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Shoots at a unit of my Crypto Thralls.
Okay.
And the unit of Rubric Marines also had the sergeant had a plasma pistol. And he declared, okay, I'm shooting everything into these Crypto Thralls, and he's like, and you know what? Why not? I'll overcharge the plasma pistol. I need these things dead, right?
Yeah.
So he shoots into them with the regular bolters from the rubrics, kills the Crypto Thralls.
Oh, he didn't want to roll for the plasma.
And so the question was, the Crypto Thralls are dead. There's no more shooting needs to go into them. Do I need to roll?
Yes.
The plasma pistol for this, and he looked at it and I looked at it and I was like, I mean, I think you do, but I don't know. And he's like, I think I do too. And he was ready to roll it, and I'm like, I kind of just want to know. And he's like, okay, cool. So we call the judge over to just get a ruling as to whether or not you do or do not have to roll that plasma pistol, which the ruling was yes. Yes, you do. You still have to roll the plasma pistol.
Yeah.
And then he proceeded to roll a 1 on his shot for the plasma
pistol. That's exactly
pistol.
why he didn't want to. Oh no!
But I think his plasma pistols only deal a wound. They don't kill the model. Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that you feel a little better then, right? Well, hey guys, thanks for coming tonight on our first hobby stream. If you made it this far and you haven't subbed, please do hit the like button. We really appreciate it. It does help the stream. We're going to keep trying to, build content and try to hone this to something that will make you want to come and hang out with us and all that fun stuff. And, we'll see you Friday with our next stream. And we got our Meta Mondays and we got lots of stuff going on.
Yeah, I'm really excited for all this stuff. These nights are going to be a little bit more chill. We might go until 10. We might go a little bit sooner, or end a little bit sooner.
Yeah.
Just depends on what we're doing and what the night entails and all that sort of stuff. So,
for sure.
Thanks for the link on the Eldar Facebook group. You linked us on the Eldar Facebook group?
Yes, I did. I linked us a lot of places. Well, I'm glad you came and watched me build some Falcons. And like I said, we'll be doing this every week. So catch us next time. And great meeting anyone who's new. And we'll catch you next time.
That's right. So have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.